Hello, hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Wishing you blessings and warm greetings. My name is Reverend Phoenix Coffin Williams, and I am joined here with my sister from a different mister, Reverend Alyssa Maxon Kemp. Together, we are two of the High Corrals coming to you right now. How you doing today, sis?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenally. Um, it's Pride season, of course, and I'm getting wind of all of the wonderful things that our people are doing to celebrate and support Pride.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely warming my heart.
It is. It's nice to see.
Yeah. And I really feel that celebrating Pride and supporting those who are celebrating Pride is a magnanimous thing to do, not just every year. I mean, every year, of course, but like this year and in our current circumstances, is very important for us to make space for those of us who need the support most of all. So I'm really
Absolutely.
glad to see that some of my gay and lesbian friends are making bigger, more safer spaces for folks who are non binary and trans, because that is like an essential way to be spending our time right now as allies who are also queer. And I am proud of many of my straight family friends, allies who are doing the same thing, not only for the gay people that they love or the lesbian people that they love, or for the people who are on the queer spectrum who are a little bit more on the straight acting, looking, presenting, passing side. Like we're all doing a better job at making space for non binary and trans people, people who are trans. And I would like to continue everyone to keep doing that even after the month of Pride continues into July and we move into celebrating freedom. Just understand that like the freedom celebration continues for that community as well. And that's what I gotta say about that.
Definitely. That's 100% agree.
Um, of course, as y'all know, the chat is open, so you can interact live with us from any of the platforms that you are viewing on. And as the chats roll in, we will address
Mhm.
y'all, answer any questions, make any statements, participate in any sarcasm that comes up while we chat.
Speaking of July, are you looking forward to Locusena?
Oh yeah. You know what's crazy? You mentioned that in the Yule gift that you brought to me for illustration. Hey, Ebony
Hi,
Nash,
Ebony.
Lady Ebony Nash, how you doing? Do you remember that that Yule gift that you gave me at illustration this year? And it had some
The
one,
deck?
yeah, had some cool pictures of us in it doing our thing. Yes, so that deck was in there, but I was referencing specifically the Loki and Sigyn incense that you got me.
Oh, word.
And so that is on my bed. And I went in my room, laid on my bed for a few minutes in between appointments. And I was like, oh, Loki and Sigyn incense. I now have two Loki statues. One is identical to yours, it's the bust. And
Mhm.
then it's the other one that I literally drove you crazy about during the auction. And I do not have a Sigyn statue or a bust just yet. But I do represent Narvi and Volley with a black and a red candle that is sitting atop of an international coin, each of them. That's how I
That's
represent them.
that's cool.
And I
I've been
was
thinking about adding a Fenrir statue
heard,
or item.
heard. Um, but I was just thinking about like it's about that time to do a Loki and Sigyn, Narvi and Volley um, elevation or just like an honoring or what have you.
Yeah.
Ever since I got a charge from Loki that said that he would gladly get me anything that I asked for, but if I stopped making offerings of thanks to him once I got it, it would be eligible to be taken back. I was like, you know what? Maybe there's another way to go ahead and get what I need. Because I'm not sure that there is anything that I have wanted or needed just yet that I want to like. say a daily or a weekly prayer to Loki for to like keep.
Which is funny because we do that anyway, but we're both just like, "But I don't wanna commit to it."
Right. Because like right now, if a week goes by or a couple of days go by, or even if a month goes by, it's not a
Mhm,
super huge deal. But like
mhm.
once I'm on the hook for something, it becomes a little bit more it becomes a little bit more heavy. Hello, Corvin of Arcadia. How you doing, Corellian fam? Hoping you are well.
Hi.
Where are you at, by the way, Corvin? If you still watching, let us know where you're watching from. I do enjoy my relationship with Loki. Um, and Loki's not the only Norse deity that I work with. I do work with Frigg, and I'm a fan. She's a warrior, love goddess for sure. And the statue that I have of her, she is riding on some kind of animal. She has a bird, it's probably a falcon, and she has a staff with a satyr playing a flute on the top. I'm looking at
Cute.
her right now. It's a great statue. Um, and in my relationship with Frigg, she delivered a bind room. Hey, from Detroit. All right, Corvin, in Detroit. Is it nice there right now? Is it like really hot summertime? Like here in Buffalo, we're also on a Great Lake. Um, the temperature is high, and the potential for like thunderstorms is also high because of this heat, and I love it. But yes, so Frigg did deliver a bind rune that I could use to contact her and to place offerings on to deliver them to her. I can draw it on things to get her protection, and I can visualize it in meditation as like a way of doing an internal invocation. I love it. Spirits are great.
Kids are great. I do have a Sigyn statue, and I have a Loki statue. They have their own little altar back there, um, and my big Sigyn bowl.
I remember that. Ridiculously humid and dogs refusing to go outside. It sounds like that sounds pretty consistent. That sounds pretty consistent. Um, it's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to get together and broadcast. I know the first week I was away in Virginia Beach, and that was a great vacation. I went ziplining, hung out at King Neptune's Pier, where there is a monumental statue of Neptune, aka Poseidon, just like coming up out of, some like it's water, basically meant to be water, but he's like coming up out. He's got his trident in one hand and he's got like his hand on top of a turtle.
Hmm.
And then there are like dolphins like around him. Corvin has been working with Thor and Sif lately.
I forgive you.
Ooh, there's a fun story that involves me and Lady Alyssa and I, rather, in which I think you were the first Elder at the time,
Yes.
and I, High Priest, chilling, doing my thing.
Oh no, I was not. I was not yet the first elder.
Okay, we were in Winston-Salem, Lustration, and we were preparing to do initiations, and we were like, let's just go ahead and invoke Loki.
Unbeknownst to us, one of the initiates was a
A dedicant of Thor.
devotee of Thor.
There were some disturbances during that initiation ritual that we absolutely were able to account for between ourselves.
Yep.
Like as they were happening, phones going off, all that, like we just like looked at each other side eye and I was like, Pookie really
So
shows
the
up.
final straw for me was when some random stranger just like walked in the door, looked at us all in our robes with all the candles and a blindfolded person, and was just like, and turned around and left.
Uh-huh.
That was
Uh-huh.
it's my favorite.
Uh-huh.
That's when I looked at you. It was like maybe we should ixnay the Loki. But then we found out that it was because of that Thor association, in my opinion. So we do still invoke
Mhm,
Loki at many rituals and initiations.
mhm.
Added him to some.
Uh-huh. I know my initiation, the one that you and Lady Karen and another individual facilitated for me. Y'all swapped out some
I did that.
divinities for me.
I did that. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
But in the new rewrite, we've swapped a couple out permanently.
Mhm.
We've swapped out for Loki.
Mhm. It is what it is. Hail Loki,
Hail Loki.
the
But
bully
yes,
breaker.
I'm looking forward to Lokasena, the month of July.
Mhm.
I think it's like a continuation of Pride Month, honestly. I I think Loki was just like, let's keep it going, guys.
We're here for it. What was the last thing we were talking about on here? Don't know either. I will say one of the things that I am happy to talk about is um, the event that Reverend Rachel Aiden put on. Reverend Rachel is a second degree student here in Buffalo.
She's comfortable with
She,
her full name, she told me.
that's fine. Great. Then she could use it. Reverend Rachel is a student here in Buffalo. Um, Technically, she is a student in the Enchanted Mystery Temple under Lady Kai Iden, who's her mom. But in practice, we are like so combined that like where one temple ends and another begins is almost unrecognizable. And I really like that Lady Kai chose to work together like that, even before I got elevated into the archpriesthood. Even before she got elevated into the archpriesthood, like we just decided we were going to do Corellianism in the Buffalo community together. So Reverend Rachel is Lady Kai's student through Enchanted Mystery, and she is moving towards her third degree. Reverend Rachel is a youngster by my definition because she is younger than me.
You
Um,
watched her grow.
right from a young age, a prepubescent age.
Yeah.
We
Preteen.
watched her grow and develop and participate. I watched her faith develop and expand. And watching her move towards her third degree is a wonderful thing to behold. And I like the way that she is including and galvanizing other youngsters to pay attention to, participate in, and experience earth centered, goddess centered, matriarchal, pagan Wiccan faith.
So I think what's special about Rachel is she's one of few children who was raised Corellian. One of it's much more common now. There's a lot of them being raised Corellian currently, but one of the few children that was raised Corellian, and she's really she's such a credit to us. It's just amazing to watch her moving through the world, and she did such a great job with the children's ministry at illustration.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as I'm very
Mm-hmm.
impressed and proud of Rachel.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, she did a phenomenal job with the children's ministry. And it was a whole lot more creative than anything I could have ever thought of, because I tried to have some children's activities at in a regional illustration, and it didn't really get off the ground that much. Like there
Yeah,
were
the
children, they were not that interested, and I think because the activities that I had required more seat time and focus, and the activities that she had very magical, 100%
yeah,
magical.
the
They
potion making
required
was quite popular.
it required more play. It required, some out of the seat time. It allowed them to tap into their creativity, and it gave them very different outcomes based on what they did. So the mixing of the potions being the example, right? Like they all got to do different things and see different manifestations of mixtures.
Hmm.
Not only was it magical, but it was scientific, which is not different really. Um, And so I really applaud the educational spin that she was able to put on that. And she, really captivated their minds, like really, really did a phenomenal job.
She did.
So unfortunately, Reverend Rachel, you are going to be typecasted for several more years. Bring some of your other youngster friends with you, and y'all could be the Corellian Babysitters Club. But I was very impressed with that. She got I keep forgetting the troupe, but the witches who dance.
Yep.
Bewitched Buffalo. Bewitched Buffalo, I want to say they're called. She got them to come and dance, and they really got the energy moving. I got up and danced, shook my little ass with them
I
too.
saw. It's cute.
And those dancers, those humans, those people have such bright, phenomenal, friendly energy every single time I meet them. Like
Mhm.
when they show up to give something nice and warm, some jubilee to the event that they are gracing. And I was glad, like it was just like a passive, I was, participating as an audience member, and they were like, nah, come on, Phoenix, get on in here. And so like I did, and like I like the song too. It was Shake Sonora, like the one from Beetlejuice. Come on, and listen, I couldn't help it. So like if you have a bewitched like dancing troupe in your area, invite them out. They do fundraisers for organizations that need some attention. Hey, good afternoon, Lady Deb. How you doing? Good
Mm.
afternoon, SWAC fan. How you doing? Lady Deb is a high priestess in the Temple of Holistic Knowledge, and she's our current master of records for the entire tradition. So thanks for gracing us with your presence. But yes, so the Bewitched Buffalo group, they do accept donations, not just animal shelters, but shelters for battered women. I know that the event that Rachel hosted, we were collecting comfort items for Haven House. Um,
Oh, nice.
yeah. Um, and so to see her actually include that is also kind of impressive because she was one of the ones, like even, several years ago, she was one of the ones who showed up and helped me hand out food and comfort items, just like out on the street. Like we took to the streets on a street beat and we went under bridges and we went around neighborhoods and we went to the near the Greyhound bus station where the very homeless people hang out. And like we were able to just give them directly food, socks, toothpaste, toothbrush, Tylenol, um,
Nice.
feminine hygiene products because like being a homeless woman is horrendous,
Mhm.
and it gets more horrendous around that time of the month. Like imagine not being able to find a bathroom,
Mhm.
or imagine like local shops, coffee shops, restaurants or whatever, like literally barring you from using the bathroom because you appear homeless or because you can't spend money in their establishment. Is literally what the homeless population goes through in Buffalo. I know for certain in Rochester and other cities as well. So bringing those items directly to them was and still is an important event that the temple does. And so seeing her incorporate that in her event, even before the temple's homeless outreach initiative, like that was a powerful thing to see. And I'm very proud of her for that. Like it really just like warms my heart so much.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So way to go, Reverend Rachel. Like I will continue to shout your praises because I'm very impressed with you. You've been doing anything magically lately?
Me?
Mhm.
Always. Nothing super specific I want to talk about, but always
Mhm.
got something brewing.
Mhm. All right, let's go ahead. We 20 minutes in and we have not even checked in with our sponsors yet. So let's just go ahead and check in with these sponsors real quick. We're gonna go ahead and check in with Equinox.
Ready to unlock the secrets of the universe? Join me, Reverend Don Lewis, for my metaphysical and magic auctions at Gaia Thrift at whatnot.com. Discover fascinating artifacts, mystical crystals, and rare and unusual books that could change your life. Don't miss this chance to bring a little magic into your world. Reverend Don's Metaphysical and Magic Auctions, where the extraordinary can become yours.
Yeah, thank you, Equinox, and thank you, Uncle, for your sponsorship. We really appreciate the support. As far as myself and magic, I started I got into the planting vibe earlier on, like towards the middle of the spring, ending of the spring. And I planted a bunch of seeds, and I tied each of the plants to a specific kind of goal. Um, and, a bunch of them sprouted, a lot of them bloomed. And then I went away on vacation and I had a contingency plan to get them watered, but the contingency plan did not water. So I
Mm.
got back and all of them were dead,
Oh.
gone. So that's that. And a wasp just flew into my window, so now I'm distracted. Damn it. But so I gotta start over, see what I can get into these pots and into the ground. Because I did want to bring them into lustration and utilize them for the ritual and for some of the stuff that we'll be doing. But alas, try again some other time. But that's what I was working on, and it was working out pretty great. I was singing to them gospel songs,
No.
hymns, and I was reading to them myths, and they were doing very well. They were doing pretty well. I got a cucumber to bloom, and I found out a couple of summers ago that cucumbers do flower, and underneath the flower is where the little cucumber thing grows. Like it's a little yellow flower on top of the fruit of the cucumber. Very pretty. I got a green bean to sprout and grow, and that was doing pretty well, was getting pretty large. And I got cilantro and parsley, marjoram, and chamomile to also sprout and grow. So those are
Nice.
all going to be utilized um, in the coming lustration, but they did now, so gotta try again. Womp womp. Let's see, are you looking forward to anything?
Vacation.
Talk about it.
I'm heading to Alaska in a couple weeks.
Heading to Alaska in a couple of weeks. What you gonna be doing?
Um, Probably more travel than I want to do. It's never relaxing with children. Um, just experiencing the last great frontier.
Mhm. Swackfin, you are very welcome for the insight on the temporary nature of feelings. I'm glad that that helped you out. Continue to use that to like help you regulate yourself and like make determinations on how you want to act when feelings are present. For real, for real. Uh, so you're gonna be gone for how long?
13 days.
13 days. Whatever will I do?
Uh, the same thing I do without you.
I don't know what you do without me.
Exactly.
I just assume that people stop existing until I start talking to them again. We're laughing, but that's kind of the case. And if you haven't heard from me for a while, like I still think that you don't exist right now.
Those Virgos, man. It's rough. Virgo
Really,
friends are rough.
I'm the easiest friend for you to have.
I love my Virgos.
Listen, it don't get better than a Virgo buddy.
No, absolutely not.
My glasses aren't straight, which is cool because they're pride glasses, but it looks weird. Whatever. I'm just being silly today. Did you eat anything yet today? Anything delicious?
Um, I Tacos.
All
Tacos
right, tacos. You had tacos for breakfast?
for lunch.
All right. I had my leftover Caribbean food.
Nice.
Yeah. I put it in the microwave. It was good. The rice and beans were good. The barbecue chicken was good. The mac and cheese was good. The cabbage was good. I was really here for it. Do you pray over your food?
Not on the regular. Sometimes. Not on the regular.
Yeah. We was raised like that. Pray over the food. And there are actually some tales about some ancestors and saints who used the power of prayer over their food and their drink, and it actually like saved their lives.
Hmm.
hmm So if you can't find somebody to test whether or not the drink is poison for you, just say a little prayer over it and see if an evil spirit flies out.
Love it.
Yeah. All in all, I would say June has been a very quick month. Like we
Yeah.
were already at the 27th. Solstice was a couple of days ago, last
Mhm.
week, basically.
Yeah, it's trucking.
hmm And even though like the summer is summering, like we are already beginning our descent into the dark half of the year, which I feel is total bullshit because like I feel like we just got here. It was cold really until the first day of summer here in
It
Buffalo.
was. No, you're right. It was.
But whatever. I'm gonna need to find some things to talk about while you're gone. When
What will
you're
you do without me?
gone. Plenty. I will still exist when I don't hear from you. Actually, I'm gonna wonder if you are actually existing when you are on your trip. Like, is she on a trip or has she stopped being?
Like you're not gonna hear from me?
I look forward to it. Send me pictures and videos. I want to see how the babies do.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see how the babies do.
Uh, Nadia's gonna go join a bear family, live in the wilderness.
Those bears don't got nothing for Nadia. Not a single thing. Not one single thing. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Like as we shot the ship for a little bit and caught up on our time apart. I'll be back next week for sure. And maybe I'll even have a topic planned to discuss. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I do enjoy
Exciting.
this time with you, sis, with y'all in the chats, and those of you who provide your feedback in person or verbally or like in chats once these are done being broadcasted. Like I enjoy the feedback that I get from y'all. So keep it coming. I look forward to hearing from y'all. But this is our time for today. Please, everyone, stay safe, especially for those of you who are going out and supporting Pride and protesters and things of that nature. Um, Make sure you use your critical thinking skills, be safe, look out for each other, look out for
Members
yourself.
members of our Order of Paladins, I know a few of you are doing protest support and, emergency relief and things like that. Please be safe. Please be careful. Please pray. Ancestors watch over you.
And just know that we are stirring the nexus in your benefit. Love you all lots. And until next time, blessed be.
Blessed be.